Here is a story.
About 3 journeys.
And the lives that were recovered.
I'd always felt different from other people, but it wasn't until I was 16 that life started to really show me the challenges it had in store. That's when I first heard the voices. Who can you trust? Why are you here? I tried to pretend it wasn't happening, but it got worse. I tried keeping it from everyone, even my mum. I didn't want her to worry or to think that there was something wrong with me. So I retreated, became even more isolated. It was so hard to think straight. I couldn't concentrate at school, and in the end I stopped going, hiding out. Soon, it was just me and the voices and the darkness.
I remember being at my lowest point and thinking, I can't remember what good feels like. Good was something I'd had lots of before. A job, friends, being a good husband, a good dad. My son Jacob was everything to me. But I wasn't that man anymore. I could feel it all slipping away. It was all fogged over. I felt numb. There was a black abyss. I didn't feel present in my own life anymore. I felt so disconnected. It seemed so pointless, like I had no control over any of it. Even getting up was hard. Getting dressed, doing things at home. Seeing people just made me feel anxious. I just wanted to be alone. Wanted to hide away. My wife, Sarah, was so worried about me. But, and I feel awful for saying it, her worrying just made it worse. I felt so bad for what I was putting us all through. I felt so ashamed. And I couldn't find pleasure in anything.
I didn't see it coming. I knew I hadn't been sleeping well, skipping meals, swapping food for coffee, getting obsessed about meeting deadlines in work. I thought I was doing okay, but a few colleagues did ask me if I was doing all right in work, but I just dismissed them because I thought they were making a fuss and trying to slow me down because I was getting more work done than them. Collection days. Collection days, right? Then it all came crashing down. Couldn't see straight. Thought they weren't listening to me, not taking me seriously. Couldn't take it. All of a sudden, I had to get out of there. I just had to get away from it all. I didn't care at the time, but after you've left it all like that, how do you get back?
I dropped out of school, stopped seeing my friends. My mum was beside herself. The voices now ruled me. I tried cutting and burning, anything to try to make them shut up. In the end, nothing worked. I just wanted it all to stop, It seemed like the only way out. Not just for me, but for everyone. Thankfully, my plan didn't work. Soon after, I was diagnosed with psychosis and was referred to the early intervention team. I remember being so scared. What was going to happen to me? Did this mean I was a freak? Who would want to be around me after this? It felt like the end. But actually, it was the beginning. They came to see me at home at first, and just being able to do that made it all so much easier. I'd lost all hope, and they gave it back to me. It's something I can never repay them for.
How are you feeling today?
Struggling.
So what's the first thing that you want to focus on?
I want to get back to school, and it was gradual, but slowly I could start to feel things changing. And that feeling gave me hope and drove me on. They gave me that hope.
I remember when Sarah told me about the appointment with the community team. I felt betrayed at first. I wanted to be angry, but I knew deep down we all needed some help now. At first, I couldn't see what difference it would make, but that changed over time. They saw us together. They seemed to understand that this was as hard for Sarah as it was for me. We were both supported and were able to talk through everything that mattered to us. Sarah talked about things I used to enjoy, things that seemed lost to me.
I couldn't understand how I'd got there. The acute ward. I was still thinking they made some kind of big mistake and I wasn't supposed to be there, but looking back and seeing how patient they were with me and explaining why I was there and, you know, everyone's role in my care, it was really supportive.
They offered me a peer support worker, and this made such a difference. They just got it. I didn't feel alone or ashamed anymore. I just hadn't been well. But this could change. I could take back control, one small step at a time. Doing things that had meaning to me was so important. With support, I started going to Blackthorn Trust. It was amazing. There was no pressure. They made me feel so welcome. I could quietly get on with working in the garden whilst my self-confidence grew little by little. And as time went on, I helped others when they came.
My medication was adjusted a couple of times during those first few weeks, finding the right balance for me, listening to my fears about side effects, but it wasn't just about meds. They invited me to different groups to help me make choices. I was encouraged to go out, go to the local shop. It felt good to be outside, walking, talking, feeling a bit steadier. But my job and work just kept coming into my mind and remembering the last time I'd seen them all.
My care coordinator met with me and supported me to review my care plan, finding out what had changed and what was most important to me each time. He told me about the therapeutic program, and I decided to try the recovery group. What we covered was invaluable. I learned so much, was able to see what I could do already, what was helping me, and then decide to do more of it. I could see how far I'd come on my journey and how to build on the skills I'd already gained.
The nurse asked if I wanted to see the vocational team to help me get back into work, and I'm so happy I did because they were so helpful. The specialist talked me through my employment rights. They helped me set up a phased return plan, and it was amazing because in no time at all, I was talking with my manager again, and it turns out they were just worried about me and wanted to help me get back into work any way they could.
Helping others really helped me. sharing skills and things I enjoyed. I got me back again. Felt taller, like I had value in the world again. Had a purpose.
2 years have passed since I first got support from KMPT. My care coordinator was brilliant. She listened, found out what was important to me, helped me pick up my studies again, pick back up my life. And I can tell you, I'm aware of what I've been through. I'll live with those memories forever. But I'm able to live, move on. I know I'm a stronger person because of what's happened to me, and having the right support to get through it has taught me so much. I know what works for me now, and how I can look after myself.
After everything imploded that day, I couldn't see a way to get back on track. Thought I'd be gone for good, but I'm back. With the right help, at the right time, in the right place. I've had my life open back up to me, and if I have bad days, I'm now armed with ways to help me through it.
I could hold my head up again. They give me back hope, even at times when I didn't believe it myself. They helped me take back control, step by step. I'm getting my life back. I'm going to carry on making those small steps. It feels good. They showed me how to make sense of it all. I'm so grateful. I want to look each one of them in the eye and say,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.